Hello, Registeel video. Today we want to take a look at a triple shadow ghost team for the Hoenn Cup, which is a very spicy one in general here. Like, who is running triple ghosts? Especially those three ghosts, at least the Saber is not really that spicy, but the other two ghosts are very spicy. And I'm actually wondering how good this is going to be here, as you're going to struggle against other Sableyes as well. Here we're going to see the Dusclops as a shadow variant, not running Poltergeist, which is a new attack for this Pokemon as well, which might be worth considering, but it runs the Shadow Punch, which is the cheapest move it has, but it also doesn't really do too much damage, so interesting play here. I like this play though, because what you just did here is getting rid of both of the shields of the opponent, and this is the cool thing about Banette. Banette is an insane sweeper, and as we're going to see here right now, this Shadow Ball going to do enough to easily knock them out. And also we have the Dazzling Gleam tag here, as we're going to be able to go for the Dazzling Gleam against the Altaria and just one-shot this thing as well. Good game there, good by your opponent. Triple Ghost is going to town. We see the Altaria again here in the lead this time around. We have Power Gem for this matchup. You're actually going to be able to win this matchup usually in the one-shield scenario, I think, against that, but here we're going to see the Sableye coming in, which is actually really good for you, because you kind of want to get rid of this Pokemon as your backline really struggles against it. We see now the Altaria coming back in, as you're going to go ahead and go into your Dusclops, which might be able to bait out some shields, as it could have Ice Punch, which is the preferred move on this Pokemon. Let's see, they're going to shield this move up, which is amazing. And you're going to also shield this move up? Yes. You're going to try to get some damage on here. Dusclops sadly has a low HP stat, which makes Dragon Breath doing a lot of damage, even though you have a lot of bulk. But you're going to be able to get both shields here, which kinda sets up, hopefully, the Banette there. But it's going to be a difficult one to actually farm them all the way down here. You have to try to farm them all the way. The Sky Attack is coming through, and we will see that you're going to be able to just barely get there. This is amazing, and we see the Medicham in the back. Full HP Medicham. Banette does not care at all, and we see the knockout here with the Shadow Ball. Easy game there for you. Good game there to the opponent. Next one, the Registeel here. That's actually a pretty decent one for you, especially if you can, in general, this matchup is always good for you. You should have thrown a little bit earlier, but I think this is just a Focus Blast now, which you also realize, and you're going to let this move go through, swapping now the opponent into their Sableye, which is good for you because you have to get rid of this Pokemon as well. We will see here the charge move coming through, foul play, going to do some nice damage as you swap into the Dusclops. That's actually an interesting play. I most likely would have went into my other Pokemon, because you would have been able to do some nice damage with the fast move, while Hex sadly is not the best fast move to use. Hex just doesn't really do a lot of damage, as you can see here as well. You're still going to be able to get rid of both their shields. You're going to save both shields for the Banette, and Banette is just going to sweep again here. This is going to be an insane one. We're going to see the Registeel coming in. One Shadow Ball, there is no way it's going to survive this, alright? Like, Shadow Ball going to do so much damage. It's super bulky, but who cares if you have a Banette? We see the Altaria, and here comes the tech move again. Dazzling Gleam, can you get there? You can get there in time. And you can 2-shield flex on the opponent here as well, as normal Banette is going to completely destroy the opponent here. Amazing one. The opponent's Pokemon there, the opponent's Deoxys defense, I don't think it's going to have anywhere to go in this matchup. Like, where does it want to go? We have 3 ghost types here. Swampert coming in. Swampert going to be a very neutral one for you. You're going to be able to get them pretty low already just by the fast moves of your Sableye, as you're going to swap into your Dusclops, which is most likely the worst Pokemon that you have on the team. To be fair, like, Dusclops is not really a good Pokemon in my opinion. I don't really like it too much. It's just the fast move, to be fair. Like, if Dusclops would have had a better fast move, or if like Hex gets boosted, I feel like Dusclops would be such a cool Pokemon to use, but Hex is just not doing it. It doesn't do enough damage, it doesn't generate energy enough, it doesn't generate the same amount of energy as Shadow Claw while doing way less damage and needing way more turns, which just doesn't make any sense at all. So I really hope that we're going to get a buff for Hex. It would be really amazing. Like, look at the Pokemon that would be buffed by this. You would have also something like Drifblim, which would get buffed. Does Spiritomb? No, Spiritomb doesn't have that. I wish that Spiritomb also gets buffed somewhere, because this Pokemon is just such a cool Pokemon to use, but sadly it just still doesn't have the right charge or fast moves, as we see that they have another ghost type in the back. They try to catch the move, was a great play there, doesn't matter. We will see the Dusclops going to go down there. The shiny Dusclops is having no chance here. Like, so many sweeps, like, it's insane how many sweeps we see here with the Banette. Just wild. We see here the Swampert coming in, going to go ahead, shield this move up. This is actually a matchup that you're always going to lose here with the Sableye. in the 2-shield scenario, but you still might be fine here. Yeah, he's going to swap into the Dusclops, which also does not really like to take a 1 charge move here, but you kind of use your Dusclops in this team in general more as a sponge for some energy, because you will be able to actually go for the Fire Punch here against the opponent's Registeel. I guess here Fire Punch is a nice attack move. Otherwise, I would more prefer the Poltergeist plus Ice Punch variant. I don't know why you didn't go for that, but I guess you wanted to have more coverage for Registeel, but you're actually decent against Registeel with your team, so no, I don't think you really needed it. But here you can go for the full farm down. This is going to be insane. This Pokemon now, the Banette, going to be able to hopefully also farm down the entire way for the Swampert here. This would be very important. Let's see, can you farm all the way down? You can, oh my god. You have so much energy. We see the Sableye coming in. And you're most likely going to be able to win CMP as well. Can you Dazzling Gleam them? You can, and there's going to be a one-shot KO here. This is such an entertaining battle so far. It's so nice. Like, Dazzling Gleam seems like such a cool tech move. I actually was like, why do you not run Thunder? Like, Thunder is usually the preferred move on this Pokemon. But honestly, I think Dazzling Gleam is way better in this meta. If you think about it, water types in this meta, you basically only have Pelipper, which most likely dies to 1 Shadow Ball anyway, because Pelipper is not really the bulkiest. And you have the Swampert, which doesn't really want, like, Thunder still kinda, I think it's Thunder is a 1-time resisted still against this Pokemon, so it's not really the best option either. So having Dazzling Gleam here is definitely a cool tech move that a lot of people don't really know about. So very nice play there in general. Very cool to take a look at this. We're going to see here the Whiscash against you. There's another water type, I guess, for this meta, but one that you don't really see too often. As we see the Sableye coming in here, we're going to be able to go for 1 charge move as well. This is going to do some decent damage, not knocking them out yet, but we're going to put them into range where you can farm them down. Your plays, I guess, are always to save the shields for the Banette, as you're going to try to go for a full-on sweep again. Banette, 1 shield advantage, energy advantage on their side as well. Let's see what's coming in. The Registeel. You have to shield this move up, of course. 1 move would knock them out, but you will be able to get a ton of energy. Attack drop, I don't think it really matters too much. You can farm them all the way down, and we see a Gardevoir coming in. It's going to be a close one. You will be able to easily one-shot them here, but the issue is you can get to the move. Yeah, you can get to the move. Like, you're very squishy as a Banette, so Charm users, especially Shadow Charm users, going to be a problem sometimes, but here, this is a nice one there. Oh, there's actually something I really would like to see. Gardevoir seems to be an issue, even though, like, you have a triple Shadow team and you have, like, you're up against Psychic type, like, you're still going to get so much damage from this charm damage alone, because you'll have 3 Shadow Pokemon. They're all pretty squishy, so it's going to be an interesting one. Now, after you got out the Sableye there, you're going to be hopefully fine, going to be able to get the shield here from them as well. No, they're going to go for 2 charge moves. You're actually going to double shield. I don't know if I agree with this play. I guess you kind of need to realign, and you thought you could farm them down, but, like, you won't be able to do that. Maybe their shield is up. I think you KO them through the shield. I expected that one as well. Very, I don't know, not the best idea, I think, from the opponent to try to shield this move up here, but we're going to see here the opponent going to the Whiscash now. They're going to swap out eventually, right? They have to swap out eventually. You're actually going to be able to go for the charge move here, which is going to be amazing for you. And later it's going to be Shadow Claw, I guess, against Shadow Claw against Charm. What does more damage? It's so close. You're actually going to be able to knock them out. You actually go for the charge move here. I wouldn't have done that. I would have tried to go for the fast move down, but I guess it's a CMP tie anyway, so you get at least 1 more damage in there, which you wouldn't have got in otherwise. We see now the full farm down, and that's going to be a good game. That was just a while. The pure fast move damage of both the Pokemon there from yourself and the opponent. Insane. Next opponent here coming in, Walrein, going to be an interesting one as well. You have the Power Gem theoretically for this Pokemon as well, but let's take a look at what you're going to do here. You're going to go for the foul play. This is a okay play here as well. It's going to get the shield from the opponent. You can swap into the Dusclops, which can absorb damage again. Like, usually, I don't think you have, like, I guess you shield in the match before, like the Dusclops, but usually you don't really shield the Dusclops on this match up here. You might get a shield because they expect you to have the move there, Poltergeist, exactly, but it's going to be the punch here, which is going to do a lot more damage in general, because you actually hit the move. Otherwise, they would have most likely just shielded it all. But here we're going to see the shield coming up. Foul play coming through, and you can go for your own one. This should knock them out, I think, because you're Shadow, but let's take a look at this. It does. We can see the swap out immediately. You're going to most likely shield up once and farm them all the way down, and as soon as this Banette has any kind of energy advantage, this game is over, of course, as we see the Shadow Ball coming through here right now, and this easily going to knock out the opponent's Medicham, and you can farm down the opponent's Walrein as well. Good game there. Next game coming up, we're going to see Sableye against Sableye. Very good lead for you because you need to get rid of this Pokemon. Dark types are not really good against, 3 times Ghost Team here, of course. So you're going to have to try to get rid of this one, as you can go ahead and go for your own foul plays. Most likely just playing it out till the 2-shield scenario because you need to get them super low here. You actually get the move off here. You might kind of want to let the move go through then. Let's take a look at this. You're going to let this move go through? Yes, you're going to let this move go through. Go into your Dusclops. Try to go for the Shadow Punch in time. You're going to outspeed them here usually. So you're going to be fine with that. This hopefully going to knock them out. Here is where Shadow Punch is really good because you outspeed the Sableye. They're still going to get to another move. You're going to let this move go through. And now it's the Banette time again. Let's take a look at this. One fast move advantage here. No damage taken yet. And we will see that you can go ahead and go for... Oh, actually, you get the damage through still afterwards. Nice bug Niantic. You can still go for one Shadow Ball against this Registeel. Is this enough to knock them out? I don't think so. It does not knock them out yet. But you're going to get them super low. Do you get the debuff from the Zap Cannon? Let's take a look at this. You do not. And we see a Walrein coming in. It's a Shadow version. We see the CMP tie coming in. And this one gonna go down here. And the Banette is just going to a town. This looks like so much fun to play Shadow Banette right now. Honestly, so much fun. Like, look at this lead here. That's going to be a horrible one as well. There are not a lot of dark types in this meta right now, which makes Triple Ghost really decent. But this is a dark type that you definitely don't want to face. We see the Shiftry here against you. You're going to be able to go into your Dusclops, which is going to take this Leaf Blade pretty decently. As you're going to go ahead and go for the bait here. They might want to shield this move up, and they do shield this move up. But you're going to let this move go through. Like, this is going to be a horrible matchup for you in general. You can go ahead and hopefully still get to another charge move here. Going to shield up the move, of course, as the Leaf Blade is coming through again. Shiftry just gets to the moves way too fast. Like, holy hell. Leaf Blade coming through again. You're gonna get to the foul play at least. I think this knocks them out because Shiftry is a very squishy Pokemon. Was such a good Pokemon early game. They actually still survived it with a little bit of health. You have to overfarm completely here. You know that they went straight for the Icicle Spear, so you're gonna go for 5 more fast moves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect CMP tie. Going to knock out the opponent's Walrein here. And now you're going to have enough energy, hopefully, to knock out whatever's in the bag. So many sweeps of Banette, it's just wild. Gardevoir coming in, it's a normal one. If it was Shadow, they would have won this game here, because Shadow would have knocked you out already at this point of time. But like this, you can farm them all the way down and win this one. Into the final game, we're going to see a Pelipper in the lead. This is a tricky one. It's a little bit neutral against basically everything here. They're going to most likely shield up all your moves. You're going to shield the first one, which is an interesting one because it's a guaranteed Weather Ball, which doesn't really do too much damage. But you can go ahead, go for one foul play. You're going to get the shield anyway. And you're going to go into your Dusclops, which is a fine play. Again, you just use Dusclops as a sponge here for some damage. And you're going to get out the Registeel, which you're fine with most likely because you can go for the Fire Punch. Fire Punch coming through, going to get some nice damage on the opponent. And you don't get to another one, but this is fine. You're going to let this move go through most likely. Zap Cannon going to do some decent damage, but you can go back into your Sableye, overfarm a lot, like they went straight for the Zap Cannon, so you can overfarm by a lot of energy here. Get the move off, and that's going to not knock them out, but one more, oh, that was lucky. Now one more going to do that. We're going to see the foul play coming through, and I guess now you're going to let the Sableye go down as well, as you're going to try to sweep endgame again with the Banette. Let's take a look at this one. Weather Ball coming through, you can farm them down completely here, as they're going to get to another charge move though. But you have a ton of energy. Is there something in the back that can take a charge move from the Banette or not? It is a Deoxys. This will be an easy win. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I definitely did. If you did enjoy the video, please leave a like on it. And I hope I see you in the next video. Bye!